Hello everyone. This video is about Java text area. So here in this program we are going to learn how to display a multi-line text in a Java text area. So the JTextArea is a swing graphical user interface component that supports the display of multiple lines of text. So here this program, it uses a Java text area to display the amount of money in a savings account per year. Let me run it based on the user specified initial savings amount, interest rate in percentage and years. So when we apply all these values to all these fields and when we click on the calculate button, it will give us some output over here. Let me show it to you after applying some data into it. Let's say 1000 initial savings, percentage is 2.0 and years is 20. So when we apply all this set of values to all these text fields, then it will total display the money calculated from the savings in year 1 up until the savings in year 20. So how are we supposed to create the program in order to create this type of application? So let's get on to our program over here. Well, okay, so in the main function here, I have created the myFrame for the JTextArea_8 class. This is the class name. So the myFrame has been created with calling the default constructor of the JTextArea_8. Let's move on to our constructor. Here, this is our constructor, and here the class extends the Java frame, JFrame, and which implements the action listener, because after clicking the calculate button, we are supposed to populate all this set of data in the JText area. So here the yearly savings is the label, and this is the text area which calculates the total savings, the total money in the savings account in the state text area. So we are supposed to populate this set of data by clicking on the calculate button. Let's just review the fields that we are going to create. So the first, the JTextArea output area is this box which I am pointing to. Now the Java button is your calc button. Then here the text field in which we are going to enter the initial savings, interest rate and years. They are being named like this: initial savings field, interest rate field and years field. See here, they belong to the class J formatted text field. So what is this formatted text field now? This is one special type of text field which is able to collect some data like in the form of dollar sign. See, the data that we apply, initially it was showing 0.00 and with a dollar sign in it. So we are able to enter the data along with the dollar sign into it. The interest rate is in the form of percentage and years, it's a simple number format. So let's get into the details of that J formatted text field. Now in the default constructor JTextArea_8 grid back constraints layout constant is created for creating the layout of this application. Then you see the scroll pane while scrolling through the JTextArea. So for that, the scroll pane object is created of the JScroll pane. So for the JScroll pane, you need to import javax.swing JScroll pane libraries to be imported. Now next, all those labels are also created which belong to the J level classes, the initial savings, interest rate, years and yearly savings. Now we are creating one format for the currency format of the initial savings JText field. Now percentage format for interest field and simple integer format for the years field, and they are being initialized to null value first, and we are going to use these formats which belong to the number format class. And if I'm using the number format, I need to import the number format here, java.text.number format package it to be imported. So now I'm going to use those formats in order to apply them to the JText fields over here. Let's set the title savings calculator of this frame. Now labels are being created for initial saving interest rate years. Um, Now the output area, its size is being set with this statement. Now scroll pen is needed to be appended to the output area. So through the scroll pen equals to new j scroll pen output area, it is being added to the output area right now. And output area we don't want to edit it, so that's why it is set to false. Now create the calculate button, and then it is supposed to implement the add action listener, because after clicking the calculate we are supposed to populate the set of data, so we need to add the add action listener into the calculate button. Now the thing is that here to apply or enter the data into the savings rate and years, we are supposed to apply the formatting into all these respective fields. So let's get into the first one. So here the $1,000 that I have entered the data for the initial savings data, the text field. So the currency format is needed to be set. So for that, the number format, currency format, that the object that you have created, using that number format, one instance should be created with the get currency instance. So it will create the savings field, and it will and through this we are supposed to specify the currency format. Now this field, which is init savings field, the name of the field is this. So that is supposed to be created along with the application of the currency format. And what currency format it is, this should be in the form of this, as you are viewing here with the dollar sign, and whatever value you apply, this is the formatting for it. Now set edit table to true, then how many number of columns, the maximum size will be 10, width of 10 units, and set value, initially it was 10, so when you run the code, initially it is set to 0. Okay. Now in the same way, percentage format for the interest rate, number format. So here the percentage format, so in the digits format it is 1, so minimum fraction digits is 1, less than that is not allowed. Then the interest rate format is supposed to be created, set editable, set value, and then integer format for the years is to be created with all this set of statements. Now we have applied the formatting, and now the next thing is that to set up the layout. So through the layout, we are setting up the layout of our application here with all these labels, all these text fields, output area, and the calculate button. Now let's move on to our action. So when you call, yeah, let me track that output level. Yeah, here for the calculate button, when this add action listener event is created, that will directly override the function action performed here. And the event is needed to be set up. So we are first supposed to enter some data into it, 0.0, and for years let's say 10. When I calculate, all this set of data will be applied to into it. Now for the first initial saving, this is the variable that we are creating, yearly savings with savings dollars variable, annual interest rate with interest rate For a loop index, we are creating one variable that is I, and for number of years, num years, for to calculate the savings, we are using one variable num years. So all these three variables are supposed to enter or intake some values into the text field. So for that, we have these three statements over here. Just see carefully what type of function we are using. For saving dollars, the init saving field, the field name, the get value, which through this function it is supposed to take some value, and the value that will take it should be in the form of integer, and that is converted to the number field. Now next, the interest rate. Again, the interest rate get value, and the value should be in the double format, and that is again converted to a number type. And num years dot get value int value converted to number type again. After getting all these values, first each time we create an event, it needs to be cleared out. So to clear the set area, we are using the set text method empty. So each time when you apply different values for the savings rate and years, it will clear out the area and populate another one set of text by the application of the calculate button. Now next, to calculate the savings iteratively in the while loop, this is the logic. So for each year, we are supposed to print this text message. Savings in each year is how many dollars. Saving dollars should be this much. Saving dollars plus saving dollars into interest rate. That is the basic logic, and we are just to iterate through the loop, we are incrementing the counter of I. Yeah, so that's all in this program about the Java text area.